And welcome back to Proof Code, and welcome back to the sixth video of my Python advanced tutorial series. Today's video I'm going to be teaching you how to use async IO in Python, also known as async programming. So first things first, make sure you must have Python installed on your computer. So which for this tutorial I'll be using Sublime Text because I like using it, and sometimes I'd recommend you use Sublime Text because it's lightweight, but if you don't use Sublime Text, you can use any code editor you want, such as Atom, Vim, Visual Studio Code, PyCharm, those other code editors that are available. So first things first, make sure you must have Python installed on your computer. So if you're on a Windows system, click this download button. If you're looking for a different operating system such as Mac or Linux, you can click the highlighted text below. If you're on an iPad or an iPhone, you can download the Python CodePad compiler and IDE, because this is available for iPhone and iPads because this is commonly used here. And if you're on an Android phone or tablet, download PyDroid 3 because it's very easy to use, and it's a good compiler for Python 3, and has a terminal which is like Linux terminal. And if you want to check out the async IO documentation, this is the link. I'll show you the link in the description. So I apologize for the interruption. So let's continue. So first things first, we want to import the required modules for this project. So we want to say import async IO. So that will just simply this will simply work for our async functions. Async IO does come installed by default with Python, depending on your Python version, because this comes installed with Python versions. Any Python version you have, it will come installed, but if even the newer versions. So as for now, Python 3.12 is the newer version of 20.4. So let's continue. So say async def. So async def is an async function. So this async will indicate this is an async function. And we're going to just create a function like something like say hello. And here we just want to print out hello. So let's say print hello. Let's say await async IO.sleep. It's going to sleep for 1 second, and we're just going to print world. So that we just print up hello first, and after 1 second it's going to print out world. And also it's also required to await these functions, because you always need to await these functions. So that's why you need to await them. So async def. So we're going to create our main function. So async def main. We're going to say we're going to say we want to await our say hello function, and now we just want to run our main function using async IO. So we're going to call async IO, and this is we're going to run our function, and we're going to call our main function. So if we run that, we get our messages, and let's say this message will show up. See, if you're using Sublime Text, you get this message when you're done writing your Python code and you've run your Python code. So that's what Sublime Text would do. And now let's start doing the other way. So let's remove these functions here we have here. And I want to define an async function to print a message. So async def print underscore message. Make sure it has to be print message, otherwise just defining print, it will give you a recursion error, because a recursion error is when the maximum limits have been reached. So whenever you try to define a built-in function such as print and other built-in functions that are not supposed to be redefined, it will always give you a recursion error. So let's continue. So it's going to take a message, and we want to have the delay. So the message will be the text that the user will enter, and here is the delay, which will be the number of seconds it will delay, also known as async IO sleep. And now we just want to await async IO dot sleep, and it's going to be the number of seconds delayed. And now we just want to print out the message. So print is simply going to display the text on the screen. So print is a built-in function. It comes defined by default. And now we want to define our main function. So async def main. And here we just want to create two tasks. So I'm going to create a variable called task1 equals async io.create underscore task. Now we just want to call a print message function, and we just want to a message such as something like hello after 1 second. It's going to, and our delay will be 1. Let's see, task 2 was async io.create task. I'm going to call our print message function. Let's say hello after 2 seconds, and it's going to be, and we're going to set delay to 2 seconds. And now we're just going to await the variables. So type in await task 1, await task 2. And now once we have awaited those, you can just say async io.run main. So that will simply run our main function. So it says hello after 1 second, and it's going to print out the messages followed along with this finish in 2.4 seconds. Alright, so let me give you another example using AIO HTTP. So AIO HTTP is an async module. So it does not come installed by default, so which means you have to pip install it. Just go to your terminal or command prompt and type in pip install AIO HTTP. If you're using Mac or Linux, you have to type pip3. But since I've got that installed, I'm not going to install it. So I could not trouble you guys just boring. I don't want to just bore you just watching me install the modules. So let me just remove this code, and now we want to import AIO HTTP. So import AIO HTTP. So this has to be pip installed. And also, if this video is helping you out, like if you appreciate it. And also, if you're new here and if you want to know how to code, start by subscribing right now and turning on the post notifications so you don't miss out on any new videos, because I make programming tutorials and other computer stuff. So if you're interested in that stuff, I want you to subscribe so you don't miss out on it. So we just want to define a function to fetch our URL. So it's a async def fetch URL, and now we just want to insert our URL in here. And now we just want to call async with session.get. It's going to get our URL as a response, and we just want to return await response.text. It's just going to return the awaited response. And now that we have defined the fetch URL, we want to define the main function. So async def main, and we want to have a list of URLs. So type in URLs equals, and I'm just going to add two URLs. So one to the Python website, and one for geeks.org. So Geeks for Geeks is a website which allows you to learn how to code. Mainly they focus on Python, C, C++, and all the jazz. And now we just want to print. So we want to have a URL to geeks4geeks.org. And finally, we want to have a link to my website. So this is a long URL, so I don't have to type it. I'm just going to paste it from my clipboard. And now we just want to say async with HTTP and .client uppercase session. So make sure the C and S are uppercase, otherwise if it's lowercase it may not work. So as a session, and we just want to say tasks. We want to create a list of tasks. So async io.create task, and we want to so let's see, fetch URL. It's going to use up our session in the URL. And then say for URL in the URLs. So that is how to do it. And now we want to continue writing up our code. And now we just want to create a variable called responses equals await async io.gather. Gonna put a star and we're going to the tasks. And we just want to say for response in responses. So we're using a while loop for the responses, and we just want to print the response, and which is going to have an index of 100, and it's required to have this dot, or sometimes it's not required because it's optional. And now we just want to run it. So say async io.run, and we just want to call the main function. Oh, sorry, it gave me an error, but then that's how I do it on the advanced way. So now let's get on to the other way. So we're going to use IO files for this for now. So let's remove this. Now we just want to import IO files. And now I just want to create a function to read the file. So here I have an example text file. So I just want to fill this out. Hello, let's say Python is awesome. I'm just going to save that for now. And now we just want to say async def read underscore file. And we're going to specify a file path. And I will say async with AIO files. And also AIO files does not come installed by default, so you need to pip install it. So just go to your terminal command prompt, type in pip install AIO files. If you're using Mac or Linux, you have to use pip3, but since I already have that installed, I'm just going to remove all this. I'm going to close this, and now I'm just going to say don't open, and we just want to open the file path in R. So R will simply open it in read mode. So that's the mode for it. We're going to open this as a file. And now I just want to create our contents. So it was await file.read. So this will just read the contents of the file. And here we just want to print out the contents. So after doing that, we want to define our main function. So say async def main, and here we just want to await the read file, and which in my case type in the name of your file. So which in my case it's example.txt, and we just want to tell async io to run our main function. So async io dot run the main function. So if we run that, we get our text to say hello, Python is awesome. So that is pretty much everything for today. So that's how we can do it. So before I end this video, like the video if you appreciate it. It does really help me out in my tutorials. So be sure to leave a like. If you have any questions or comments, or you're having any problems with pip, let me know in the comment section below. I always get back to you. If you're interested in programming with Python and computer related stuff, subscribe right now and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss out on any new videos. And I'll see you in my next video. So cheers, bye.